Getting a ticket to the Masters is already the single hardest ticket to get in all of sports. People enter the lottery for years, decades, and never once get picked, including me. It's the white whale. So you'd figure if you finally beat the odds and get in, you've reached the summit, the top of the mountain, the most exclusive place a normal human can possibly stand, right? Well, you're wrong, because hidden behind a wall of trees, just 20 yards off the 5th fairway, there's a secret club inside the club, a 90,000 square foot luxury palace that you cannot buy your way into no matter how rich you are. And that most of the people who fought their entire lives to get to the Masters walk right past with absolutely no clue it's even there. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. So, it's called Berckmans Place, BP if you're one of the lucky few who knows it from the inside. And it is the most exclusive spot at the most exclusive event in sports, which makes it, pound for pound, about the most exclusive place on the entire planet for 1 week every April. Here's the first thing to wrap your head around. You know how I always say the Masters is hard to get into? Berckmans Place is the next level down or up, depending on how you look at it. Exclusivity inside exclusivity. Think of it like one of those Russian nesting dolls. You crack open the impossible to get Masters ticket, and inside it's an even smaller, even harder, even fancier secret. And honestly, Augusta's not even done. A couple years back, they opened a second ultra luxury venue called Map and Flag just outside the gates. That runs something like 17 grand. So at this rate, there's going to be a secret club inside a secret club inside a secret club, and the final one is just Chairman Fred Ridley's living room, and you need a password and a blood sample to get in. Now, listen, where is this place? That's the wild part. It's tucked away behind the trees off the par 4 5th fairway. An oasis hidden in plain sight. You could walk the entire course, see everything, and never know it was back there. And the sign at the entrance, it doesn't advertise. It doesn't have a flashy name out front. It just says simply, by invitation only. That's it. That is the velvet rope of velvet ropes, the most powerful 4 words at the whole tournament. And here's the kicker on getting in. You can't just buy a ticket. Doesn't matter if you're a billionaire. The badges go to members and corporate sponsors. So it's invitation only in the truest sense. Berckmans Place is that rare luxury where money alone is not enough. You have to know somebody. It is the ultimate. It's not what you've got, it's who you know. And when those badges do become available, when it first opened up in 2013, the spots went for around $4,000 and they sold out, all 400 of them, in a matter of minutes. These days, a badge runs you somewhere in the neighborhood of $6,000 to $10,000. Whatever the exact number this year, the point stands. It costs a fortune, and you can't even get the privilege of paying it unless you're connected. For that money, you'd better make full use of what's inside. And what's inside? It'll kind of blow your mind. Let's take a tour. First, it's a full-on, multi-level, air-conditioned palace, which already feels illegal at Augusta, where regular patrons are out there sweating in the Georgia sun. Inside, there are 5 full-service, all-inclusive restaurants and bars. 5, all themed to Augusta history. There's Ike's, named for President Eisenhower, who was a member, and McKinsey's, a Scottish bar named after the course's architect, Alistair McKinsey. And here's the magic words, all-inclusive. Every bit of the food, every drink included with your badge. So, do you want top-shelf scotch on the rocks at 7 in the morning? You got it. One guy who got in joked that you could order a scotch at 7 a.m. and last call was 7:10. It's your favorite sports bar on steroids in a tuxedo. And then there's the merch, and this is so beautifully absurd. You probably know Masters merchandise is already a phenomenon. They refuse to sell it online. You can only buy it on the ground. So patrons lose their minds and stand in enormous lines to buy a golf shirt with a little logo. Well, inside Berckmans Place, there's a separate secret gift shop with Berckmans exclusive merchandise you literally cannot get anywhere else on earth, not even at the regular Masters shop. So it's the rarest version of the rarest merch in golf. A single pin in there can resell for over $1,000. People are making car payments off a lapel pin. Totally fetch, totally insane. But here's the part that got me. It's not just a fancy bar. It's basically a museum. The walls are lined with priceless golf history. We're talking photos of Bobby Jones, Phil Mickelson's actual left-handed 6-iron, Adam Scott's driver, Tiger Woods' real flip wedge, the very club from that impossible chip on 16 in 2005, and mounted on display, a giant section of the Eisenhower tree. Remember him? The legendary pine that even a president couldn't get cut down until an ice storm took it out in 2014. A chunk of that tree, 4.5, 5 feet across, framed and mounted, lying in state like a fallen king. So you're sitting there eating a filet mignon next to actual relics of golf history. And of course, just outside, those replica putting greens we talked about, where you can roll a putt on a perfect copy of the 7th, 14th, and 16th, and the surreal cherry on top. There are TVs everywhere, so you never miss a shot of the action that's playing out live just on the other side of those trees a few yards away. So you're watching the Masters on a screen in a luxury bubble while the actual Masters happens right outside the wall. One guy described the whole vibe perfectly. He said it's like a little Vegas. You know you're not really in Italy, but the gondola ride still feels completely authentic. That's Berckmans Place, a flawlessly manufactured perfect day. Now here's the detail I love the most, and it ties our whole story together. The name Berckmans Place, where does the name come from? Well, it's named after the Berckmans family, the Belgian plant family who owned this land back in the 1850s, when it was the Fruitland Nurseries, decades before a single golf ball was ever struck there. So the most modern, most opulent, most exclusive room at the entire tournament is named in tribute to the 19th century peach and azalea farmers who came there first. The whole place, even its fanciest secret hideaway, is still quietly haunted, in the best way, by that original gardener. So step back and look at what this really is. We've spent the whole series talking about everything Augusta hides. The tunnels, the machinery, the dyed water, the painted grass. This is what they hide for the chosen few. An entire secret world of luxury tucked behind the trees, invisible to the tens of thousands of regular patrons walking by, accessible only if you're invited through that by invitation only door. It is the perfect distilled expression of how Augusta thinks. There is always another door. There is always a more exclusive room, and you are almost certainly not getting in. And there's something kind of fascinating about it, isn't there? At the most exclusive event in sports, the message is still, this isn't the most exclusive thing here. There's always one more velvet rope, one more secret, one more hidden palace behind the trees that most people will never even know to look for. So next April, while you're watching the Masters and soaking in all of that beauty, just remember, somewhere off the 5th fairway, behind a wall of trees, there's a hidden door with a sign that says by invitation only. And behind it is a world almost nobody knows exists. That's Augusta for you. Even their secrets have secrets. Peter Von Panda, out.